Red light. Hi, everybody! It's your good old pal Mickey Mouse. As you can tell, the end of 2014 is near, and we're about to get a little festive in this mother. Ha ha. All right, so the first book in the festivities, it's from the good old doctor. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And he did. Oh, he did. Minnie might help me out with this one. I might be able to. And maybe Pete. And maybe Stitch, because I kind of stole his ears. Ha, ha, ha. Let's get started. How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. There's a lot of pages. For Teddy Owens. Look at Teddy. Isn't he adorable? Isn't Teddy just like the best thing you've seen so far today? I think so. Let's get started. Just gotta situate myself a little bit. Darn it. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Oh, well, the Grinch. And the Grinch. The Grinch didn't like Christmas. He didn't like Christmas at all. Nope, not one bit. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas. The whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask me why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Now, kids, a little bit of a PSA. If your heart is 2 sizes too small, you might die, or you become a hideous monster with red eyes and legally has to change your name to the Grinch and hate Christmas. And Sally isn't coming over this year. No one cares about her. Anyway, I'm just going to do it this way and I'll show everyone later. Doing good on time. There's only 48 pages left. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Who's. You know, the Who was a good band from the whatever. Staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled, with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I must have some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow he knew. Yep, that's him standing on the cliff there. And that's the town. And that's a big tree. That's some houses. It has some more water. I'm nervous. All the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys. And then, oh, the noise. Oh, the noise. Noise, noise, noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise, 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 noise. That could be a song. Noise, noise, noise. Anyway. Forgot I should share the page. Look at all that noise. Look at all that noise. That loud, obnoxious noise. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast. And they'd feast. Oh, they'd feast. And they'd feast, 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 feast. They would feast on the Who pudding and rare Who roast beef. What the? Are they cannibals? I mean, this one right here is probably a cannibal. Hope I'm focusing in right. That one right there is probably a cannibal. Whatever. Which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together while Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Whos would start singing. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop the whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? 53 years. Wow. I was relatively young. In my 30s. But this guy's been dealing with this for a while. Oh boy, I wouldn't want to be this guy. Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch had a wonderful, awful idea. Kind of looks like Pete a little bit.
Stop it, Mickey.
Oh, never mind. I don't want him to ruin the Christmas. Whoop. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. And he chuckled and chuckled. What a great Grinchy trick! With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. I mean, Saint Nick, okay. All I need is a reindeer, the Grinch looked around. But since reindeer are scarce, there were none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, not at all. The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max. Then he took the reindeer thread, and he tied a big horn to the top of his head. Is that animal abuse? Is that? I hope to God it's not animal abuse. That's probably... Oh boy, I hope it's not animal abuse. This one just don't know. Here you go, Mickey. You're reading a book. Second time, animal abuse. First time, schizophrenic. Oh, darn it. Anyway, then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, "Gadap." Gadap. Is that a real word? Whatever. Then the Grinch said, "Gadap," and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Whos lay a snooze in their town. Look, see, he's saying gadap at this point. Gadap! I don't even know what the heck that word means. Anyway. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Whos were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed. Then he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. He's empty-bagged right now. Oh my God, look at Max. Look at Max. This is really animal. I'm calling Petita. I'm calling them right now. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so can the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. "These stockings," he grinned, "are the first things to go. For Uncle Who, Auntie Who, oh, Jojo. Oh, there's Jojo's bike. I mean, that didn't fit in the Who. There's 5 of them. Maybe some incest. Oh, whatever." Then he slithered and slunk, with a smile most unpleasant, around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and plums. And he stuffed them into bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimbley. Yep, there goes the bike for Jojo. Still sleeping. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding, and he took the roast beef. Oh my God, that's a literal Who. Cannibals. He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash. Almost made me curse. Oh boy. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. It's a pretty sad tree, though. Look, the tree's even sad. It's kind of like, oh, he's going to take me. I mean, I guess I'm just going to go. Ha ha. Oops. Then the Grinch grabbed the tree, and he started to shove, when he heard the small sound of a coo of a dove. He turned around fast, and he saw who? Little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?" Cops are coming. But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie and he thought it up quick. "Why, my sweet little tot," the fake Santa Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here." Then his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head. And he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went up that chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the one last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls was nothing but hooks and some wire. It's really depressing. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Even too small for a mouse. Look at this mouse. Look at it. Look how angry he is. You think he's happy? Huh? You think he's happy being a little mouse while this guy's stealing logs and trees? Huh, just don't get worked up, Mickey. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's house, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's. He keeps doing this to the mice. Leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. Look what he did! Look how sad that. Look what he did to that mouse. Look at that mouse! I don't like it. It was 1:15, all the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with the presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsels, the trimmings and trappings. And a boat, a communist boat. That's cute. I haven't read this book in a very long time, if at all. Swear to God, I'm calling Pete on that dog. 3,000 feet up on the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's. Oh, that's not nice. Pooh Bear's a nice guy. He was Grinchishly humming. They're finding out now no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Nuvu will all cry boo-hoo. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I must simply hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, Then it started to grow. But that sound wasn't sad. Why, that sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so. But it was merry. Very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. I mean, if you smoke so much HTP, you probably look like that too. I mean, I'd be pretty surprised too how I'm still standing. Can't get the book. There we go. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it just came the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. Then he puzzled 3 hours, till the puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, didn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. Oh no. There we go. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. That's not healthy, or that's really not healthy. You should probably get that checked out. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef. He's supporting cannibalism. And that, my friends, was how the Grinch stole Christmas. Or rather, how the Grinch thought he stole Christmas because he's a sociopath, but he didn't. And then his heart, his poor little heart, almost exploded in his chest. Hope you guys enjoyed the first of... How many Christmas books do I have? Several. First of several for the Christmas season, or holiday season, for everyone else, because I don't want to exclude anyone. Oops, here we go. How the holiday season... I forgot what I was saying now. Darn it. Anyway. Yes, we got... So yeah, guys, that was the first of several books for the holiday season this year. And we're going to close out 2014 with a bazang, as the cool kids say. I know I'm just sticking kind of primarily to children's book at the moment, but I don't know what else to read. And if I'm going to read a very, very large book, I would rather read it chapter by chapter. And if that's the case, I wouldn't want me to read the book because it has no pictures with a camera on. I feel like that'd just be more of an audio book thing. So I'm just kind of trying to find all the picture books right now because it makes my life a little easier. And yeah. Alright, so hope you enjoyed how the Christmas... Damn it. Hope you guys enjoyed how the Grinch stole Christmas with me and Mickey Mouse. And Minnie.
And Pete. Pete was there.
Stitch. I don't think Stitch wrote a page. Oh, shoot. Maybe next time he'll read something.
And Pooh. Pooh kind of read something, I guess. So yeah, hope you guys had a great time, and I hope you guys have a magical morning, or afternoon, or night. Hope you guys have a magical day. I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming. Bye.